into the MLS, we need to search for properties. So you're going to go to search, detail, and it's going to pull this up. You're going to click coming soon, active, active under contract, pending, and closed. Now on your closed, you're going to back up this 180 to 60. An appraiser will only go back 90 days, but you don't even have that house listed yet. So for me, unless I need more comps, I leave it at 60. If I don't get enough comps, I'll back it up to 90. But you got to remember what you have under contract and pending are going to be closed sales at that point anyways. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now, as you can, you're going to put the property address up here. You have it? Because you want to do a 1 mile search of the house you're listing to pull those comps. There we go. Click on it. Perfect. So because you put that in, you don't need to put county or city or anything like that because you're looking for comps within 1 mile of this house. Again, an appraiser will stay within 1 mile of the property. Now you're going to go way over here to living area. You're not going to do bedrooms and baths because when people buy homes in tract housing, a lot of times they have options. So it may be 3 bedrooms when square footage is the same as another house that has a 4 bedroom because they opted to have a loft instead of a bedroom. So your square footage is more important. So on this case, this house square footage was 2026. So nope. So we like to put a range. So you want to go 1800, which to 2200. So it's good if you can go 200 up and 200 over. That way you have a little bit, because if you put in the actual square footage of it, you're either going to get none or 1, it's going to be very few. So as you can see on the bottom, your results is 11 matches. So we're going to go ahead and click on results and bring those comps up. Okay, so what we're looking for, we know the characteristics of the house. We're not concerned with bedrooms and baths, but in this case, this house was a 2007. You see how we have 2023s over here for year built? Those are not good comps. So the first ones I'm going to take out. I don't want those. So I'm going to actually mark the first one I'm going to mark. The second one is actually our house, so we don't need that one. We can unclick it. See how it has 0, 0. The next one, we're going to go ahead and keep that one, click that. But the next 3 are 2023. So those really aren't good comps. So we're not going to include those. We're going to take the one after. It is 2000. Skip the 2023 and take the bottom 2. So we've got, where's the 11th? Go up here and click 11, 25. See where it says 10? I like to have them all on one page. There's our 4th one, and that one's 1999. So we can take that as well. So we have our comps. So the next place we want to go is to cloud CMA. Not regular CMA, but cloud. So go ahead and we're going to click on this. Why we're doing this, not only do we need the CMA for our presentation to add to that, but what we're doing right now is we're putting together a pre-list package. So what we're going to do, we're going to put Joseph and Angela Guzman here, take off new CMA. And we're going to enter the address over here, 31558 BAEZ Circle. There we go, click on it. And it'll auto-populate. This shows only 2 baths, but your assessor says it's 2.5, so we're going to put 0.5. Now we're going to scroll down a little bit. Now it says, how do you want to get your listings? As you can see, we picked ours. See where it says exact listing to the left? Those are the ones we already picked. If you hit quick and dirty, you don't know what you're going to get. Square footage won't be the same. Your comps are not going to be as accurate. So I prefer you take the 5 minutes and not hit quick and dirty. Then you're going to go to the bottom and hit your fetch listings. Perfect. Now you see on the map where your comps are, it's perfect. The little house is your subject property that you're going to list. Now, what's nice about this is when you have a chance to take out comps that really aren't comps. So if you had something on the other side of the 79, it's going to be a completely different community. Same with any major street, like, I don't know how big of a street this one is and how to say, what is it called?
Roy, it's moderate. It's
Roy.
not terribly big, but yeah, that would probably be different.
There you go. So see, this says Country Road Estate. So that would be completely different. So because we don't have any over there, we've got really good comps. It looks like it's all within the same community. So we're good with our comps. See where it says set price? Never set a price. The minute you tell somebody what to list their house at, if it sells in a day, you didn't price it high enough, they could have gotten more. If it sits for 2 months, guess what? You overpriced it. It's all your fault. So don't go there. And we're doing a pre-list package, remember. So we like all of our comps. So now we're going to hit customize reports. Okay, so it brings everything up. Now, normally it's going to have more more pages than what we have right here. You've got your templates up here. So you're just going to show up probably with about 30 pages. To save time, I've already taken them all out. Now, this first one that says title page, to the right of that normally is going to say comparative market analysis or report. So I went ahead, I hit edit. Oh, good girl. And I changed it to pre-listing package. Okay. And then just hit save. Perfect. So now we have a title page. Now to look at these, if you go right next to the I, so when you've got your template, oops, go back. So when you've got your template, it's going to have a bunch of pages. To get rid of those pages, you'll go to the left and you'll click on that, but we're not going to do it because we've already taken them away. But these are the pages that we want to see in our pre-list package, because again, it's just a pre-listing package. It's nothing, it's not the report. You're going to sit with them and go over the beautiful report that we showed you how to do last week. Okay, so we want the title page, the value of your home. If you click on the I, let's go back and show them what the title page looks like now. So the title page is super nice. It says pre-listing package, so you have something to put on top. It's got the address, your client's name, and your information at the bottom. Well, your name and photo. Okay, let's go off of that. So now, oh, somebody's up there. The value of your home is next, so click on the I. This is great. Every home's different, location, size, condition, curb appeal, everything. So let's go off this page. Our next page is the map of listings, which you already saw this. So they can see where they're at. They see the comps that we pulled and they see the prices of them. They compare bedrooms and baths, square footage. So love having that page. And this is giving them an idea of the comps without showing them the comps, because remember, that's in your report when you sit down with them. So X that box out. Summary. Here's the summary. The average prices of the sold listings is $588, as you can see. The active listing averages is $631. Now look at, we have a comp here for $650. So when you actually sit down with your client, this is in that CMA report. So an appraiser, remember, is gonna pull the sold. So this number is definitely more important. We don't know that this house is going to sell for $650. In all likelihood, it's overpriced, because I looked at all these comps, none of them have pools, so there's no giant upgrade. So this is, make sure that when you're going through this stuff with your client, you're pointing these things out. Okay, let's X out of that. Commission distribution. This is always a conversation. So this is good to have in your pre-listing package, because this lets them know you're getting a little piece of it. You are not getting all that money. You know, everyone thinks we make a bunch of money. Well, and that's why I put this in a pre-list package, so they can read this ahead of time. So it tells you a commission paid to an agent has to pass through the broker. So you're not the one getting all the money. So X out of that. And don't just do these things, read them. If somebody asks you a question, you should be able to answer it. Okay, why you need a professional? Boy, do you want that in there? Absolutely. You're telling them everything that you're going to do, why you're so knowledgeable, why they need you to sell their home. You know, trained and licensed. You have experience in the neighborhood and your market. Advise you the best way to reach your goals, how to present your home in a good way to be sold. You know how to negotiate. There are so many things on this page, and you should know what they all say. Okay. Intelligent pricing and timing. This is another important one that needs them, for them to read, because if they overprice it, this is going to tell them, you know, how many, the percentage of buyers, if they're, you know, at the top end, they're going to get 10%. If they're at the bottom end of the market, they're going to get 90%. So it's going to give them a better indication on pricing and timing. So the next page is more about timing. Scroll down. No, same one. Scroll down. Yeah. Intelligent pricing and timing. And see, this shows you that the most important time is in those first couple weeks. After that, you're going to get less and less people come to the house. And they're thinking, oh my gosh, what's wrong with that house? Why is nobody buying it? The longer it sits there, they, you know, some people just realize it was overpriced. But some people are going to wonder, why doesn't anybody else want that house? So, you know, this is a really, really good one also to make sure is in that pre-list package. And last but not least, first impressions are lasting. Curb appeal, first impression. They think, and this was me when I bought my house, when I pull up a house, I wouldn't even get out of the car if the outside looked like crap. I would pull up and I'd say, nope, I don't like it. Just from the front of the house. So super important. If it looks like shit on the outside, they assume that's what it looks like on the inside. So curb appeal is everything. They've got to want to come in the door. Okay, so that's your entire pre-list package. So what you're going to do with that, so when you are on the phone with your client, you're making the appointment, if it's a couple days out, you're going to say to that client, oh, you know, when do you want to meet? You're going to have your conversation. And at the end, you're going to say, by the way, I will be putting a package on your porch. I would appreciate it if you can look through that before our appointment. And if you have any questions, you know, we can go ahead and address it at that time. So you're going to print this report in color. And you're going to put it in one of our Warburton Team folders. And if you have business cards, I know some of you guys just use digital cards. If you have cards, make sure that you include it. It looks really nice. You're going to go ahead and put it in one of those yellow big envelopes, and you're going to drop it on their porch. And maybe put please read, or put something on the front of it, or pre-list package, whatever you want to do, leave it on their porch. I would, if you have, you know, several days, I would put it on it, you know, as soon as you can. This took us 2 minutes. It's really quick. And once you have this template defaulted, it'll stay like that, just like it did for me. So now you've got your pre-listing package, it goes on the porch, and it gets them, you know, they see the average price in their neighborhood of things that have sold. We've talked about, you know, commission and pricing it right and timing. So those things they've already covered. So the purpose of this is to give them that information ahead of time, let them digest it. And this will make your actual time in the home probably a lot quicker.